I'm going back to Cali, Cali. I'm going back to Cali, Cali. This is part 4, guys. Shallow bomb. Hey, let me turn this down. In fact, let me just turn it off. That's a good enough intro, right? It's a good intro. I don't care if it's a good intro. I think it's a good intro. Anyway, in this part 4, I don't know if there's going to be a part after this, but in this, we're going to speak about the giants, right? Now, let me ask you guys something. You guys believe in the scriptures, right? You know, whether you're Old Testament, New Testament, both. I'm sure everyone has to at least believe in the first 5 books of Moses, right? You have to at least believe in the Pentateuch, the Torah, the Tanakh, at least, right? So let's just read a few things and let's make some comparisons, right? All right, let's get some, should I get some music going? Nah, I don't know. I'm feeling it. I need the jams. I need the jams. 4-3-2 player. You already know. We chilling right now. Let me see if I could find something. Nah, I'm not looking for an actual song. Yeah, here we go. There we go. All right. Now, so I wanted to start here. This is a quote from Abraham Lincoln. But still there is more. It calls up the indefinite past. I don't know why the hell I thought that was something else. When Columbus first sought this continent, when Christ suffered on the cross, when Moses led Israel through the Red Sea, nay, even when Adam first came from the hand of his maker, then as now, Niagara was roaring here. The eyes of that species of extinct giants, whose bones fill the mounds of America, have gazed on Niagara as ours do now. So Abraham Lincoln knew of the giants. He might be even implying that all of these events happened here as well. He might be implying that. I don't know. I don't know if that's how he said it, but it's odd, right? It's odd that he would include, oh look, they know I'm stealing. It's odd that he would include all these biblical events. Why? Because he knows that the giants were here. So if he knew the giants were here, what else must he know? So let's go on to this part. So let's see. Did the giants of the Old Testament, did they occur in the Middle East? There seems to be photographs, right? Now these photographs capture the archaeological discovery of skeletal remains of giant humanoids. A collection of photographs purportedly showing the remains of giant humanoids dubbed the Canaan or Nephilim skeletons have been making the internet round since as far back as 2004. But however, you could look at this image right here. Does this look real? This looks fake as hell. You want to know why? Do you really want to know why? Because it is. It is. These supposedly happened in the Middle East. So why do they need to fake photos? The images were assembled from various individual hoaxes that presented them with varying backstories, sourcing them to recent archaeological discoveries in the Mediterranean. So they had to fake things in order to fit them in the Mediterranean. Why is that? Like, why would they need to fake something that happened there historically? Of course, none of these supposed remarkable archaeological discoveries has ever found its way into a museum or the pages of a scientific journal. Like multiple other instances of giant skeleton and skull photographs, these images are all digital manipulations, often ones created for Photoshop consents hosted by various websites. So these are all Photoshop, pretty much, that they find all around the Middle East. Excuse me. So pretty much, they try to hoax things, and here's the issue with what they do. When they lie about certain things, it makes everything seem like a lie. So every time you find any sort of giants anywhere, like, how are you going to show? You're not going to be able to literally carry these bones to anyone, right? People have reported that they found giants all the time, giant bones all the time. But where do they report them? Do they report them in the Middle East, or do they report them somewhere else? So I just wanted to show you that people have been faking the discovery of giant bones all around the Mediterranean for, a very long time, at least for the past 20 to 30 years. Now, the return of the giants, biblical story of Goliath proven true. So apparently they've been able to prove that the story of Goliath and David, it happened here. Because before they had no archaeological evidence, so people laughed it off. And because you connect true biblical stories to a fake land, is going to make the Bible seem like it's not real. Right? So they're going to show us how they've apparently proven that they have actually found these giants, these giant walls, right? Now, does this look like a giant wall to you? Does this really? This is it from the sky view. Look how so-called big these boxes are. They're not even as big as the trees. They're not even as wide as the trees. What the hell is this? And this is why you have people saying, well, there really weren't any giants, and they just make up their own doctrines because they can't prove it. So they're going to explain a lie with another lie. That's not cool, man. Don't lie to prove another lie. Let me see. Let me see. Where was I? I don't want to read the whole thing. We knew that Philistine Gath in the 10th to 9th century BCE was a large city. I don't pay attention to any of their dates. All their dates are stupid as hell because they don't know when it really happened. They're just making these dates so it fits a storyline. So all these dates don't even mean anything anymore. You can only use them to disprove them. That's the only way you could use dates. Was a large city, perhaps the largest in the land at that time. But they're saying that, this city of the Philistines was the largest in the land of that time. Right? Is this a large city? This looks like a large city to you? What? Manhattan is bigger than this, and Manhattan is a small city. Geographically, it's a small city. The newly discovered gate is being hailed as one of the largest of its kind ever found. Now, what do we go over in the second part, I believe, about the cedar trees, right? They hail this the cedar trees of so-called Lebanon as they're 130 something feet tall. And see, look how tall they are. Yet the redwood trees are over 300 feet tall. You know what I mean? It's incredible. I'm trying to find the part like why they said it. I think it's here. The newly discovered gate is being hailed as one of the largest of its kind ever found. The gate is part of enormous and extensive fortifications, indicating the importance of the city. Archaeologists also found ironworks and a Philistine temple near the monumental gate with some pottery. Examination of pottery revealed both Palestine and Israelite influences, indicating there was more interaction between the two cultures than previously thought. where was it? They proved it by saying that they literally found some names that went with Goliath, or they found some names on some stuff that sounded like Goliath. They're like, see, this we found proof. You know, like they have to. Do you know how much they have to reach in order to find so-called proof? They have to reach so far. They have to lie so much. Does this look like a large city to you? This looks like a playground. This looks like a little park. Literally, this looks like a park. This is not even bigger than some of the parks. Like, this is not even bigger than Central Park. And this was a city. This is proof of Goliath's rule. These little boxes of foundations, these literally could just be houses. This is a joke, man. Now look, these are all the references to giants, right? And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants. And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers. And so we were in their sight. So they're saying that they were like grasshoppers to them. How tall is a grasshopper? A grasshopper is like a few inches tall. The average man is about 5 feet 8 inches. I'm a little over that. So I don't understand that. Do you know how many times the size these giants would have to be? Do you know how big their houses would have to be? You know how wide their houses would have to be? You think they're fitting in some sort of little Barbie doll house? This is a joke. This is a joke. It's a joke. What else do I want us to go to? All right. This is Legend of the Jews, and this is the PDF version. This is a bunch of compiled, scrolls. I worked days on this. I'll leave this in the description. And what I mean by worked on it, I compiled a bunch of different things, and they didn't have a PDF of it. They only had the documents online. So I literally took all the documents online and made a PDF. It took me so long, but I never even mentioned it. But anyway, because I even put my name on it. I'll show you after I'm reading, because that's how much work I put into this. Because they were great masters in war, or by the name Anakim, because they touched the sun with their neck. What? That's how tall they were. Not literally, but it's a figure of speech. They're just trying to tell you how tall they were. They were not 12 inches tall. These were hundreds of feet tall. I said 12 inches, not 12 feet tall. These are hundreds of feet tall. Hundreds. Bigger than skyscrapers. Like, come on, bro. Or just as big as skyscrapers. And they have to go in the house. And they have to go, up and down the living room. Have a big ass toilet for them. Take massive dookies. Bigger than me. Come on, man. You think that they fit in this little... What? Well, that's crazy to me. So... This is a homophone for the word giant, necklace. And as I read you there, it's because their necks touched the sun. That's how tall they were. His descendants are mentioned as in narratives concerning the conquest of Canaan by the Israelites. According to the book of Numbers, Anak was the forefather of Anakim. The Bible describes them as very tall descendants of the Nephilim. So these aren't even the tallest people. Their necks touch the sun. They're not even the tallest. These are the diluted bloodlines. The Nephilim were even taller than these people. And you mean to tell me that this stuff happened over there? You mean to tell me the land of Abraham's over there? You mean to tell me the land of Shem is over there? I thought the Canaanites were in the lands of Shem. They weren't just in the lands of Israel. They were in the lands of Shem in general. The Israelites liberated the lands of Shem from these people, and then they ran to the Isles of the Gentiles. Right? That's what they did. And then they also found these sacred temples, and it was uncovered near Jerusalem. That's why I say I don't say that the Israelites weren't here. I just say that this is not the original land of Jerusalem. They probably came here later. Like people say that Africa is the oldest civilization. Africa is the youngest civilization, and that's a whole nother video. The oldest civilization is the Americas, is Antarctica that was connected to the Americas, and everything came from out of there. That's how it worked. North Africa also is a pretty old civilization, North and East Africa, but that's because those were the lands allotted to Ham, right? Some of the Hamites, at least. So we're gonna get into where were giant skeletons found in the Middle East? Because I'm sure if the lands are there, then you should be able to find all these bones. So wherever the bones are, you should be able. That's pretty much where the land is, right? Because that's where these things happened. A forwarded email circulating since March 2004, claims that a gas exploration activity in the southeast region of the Arabian Desert uncovered skeletal remains of a human of phenomenal size. This claim is a hoax. Giant skeleton's tall tale. What are the odds that a real archaeological discovery as mind-boggling as giant skeletons unearthed in the deserts of Saudi Arabia would go completely unreported by the mainstream media? 0. No discovery was made. Right? All these people are faking it because they're not there. And these people believe that these stuff did happen. But that's why they're starting to lie, and this is what's it's kind of pissed me off. Even though a lot of these people, they aren't the children of Israel, they still want to serve the Most High, and they're being stopped because they're being lied to. So I actually I kind of feel bad for people. So they're gonna lie when you don't need to lie. You don't need to lie when the Most High is behind it. That's why I don't try to force prophecy in a lot of these apocryphal books. If they are true, they will come to pass. I don't need to force them. Like it says in the book of remembrance that, in the last days, people will call the Most High his original name, his real name, and the book claims that it is Anokased, and I call him that name. I like the name, but until if it says it's gonna happen, then it will happen. If it's true, if it's a true prophecy, it will happen. It does not matter if I'm pushing it or not. I don't push anything on anyone. I do what I'm going to do. And if anyone wants to do it, and they ask me about it, I'll show them where it is. But don't follow me. Please don't follow me. I'm a man. What do you want to follow me for? I'm going to lie and cheat you. Don't trust me. Don't follow me. The above below first surfaced in October 2002 as an entry in a Photoshop contest run by the website worth1000.com. It was created by altering an actual photo of a Cornell University excavation of a mastodon skeleton to make it appear that the fossilized bones belong to a 25-foot tall human being. So 25 feet is not that tall in comparison to how the real giants were. The text is bogus as well, obviously. The version below began circulating within the image of March 2004. So they are lying. They have to Photoshop things because they don't find giants over there. And if they do, they're an anomaly. They find them here and there. But where are the vast majority of the giants? Because it wasn't just one, tribe of Canaanites. No, it was a bunch of Canaanites. It was a bunch of different people who mixed with the Nephilim. And the Most High said, kill them all. Did we kill them all? No, because obviously we still have white people here, right? These are where the majority of the bones were found. They're all found here. Now, on the west coast of the Americas, they're kind of in Utah. They're kind of up here. But the main majority of them on the west coast is New Mexico Arizona, Southern California, and the area where the so-called Lebanon would be. These are the four concentrations, but the strongest concentration would probably be both in Arizona and Southern California, and this would be Edom. This is the land of Edom, according to the theory that the land of Abraham was here. This would be Edom. This, I guess a lot of this part, it would be Israel, right? But this would be Jerusalem, or one of the Jerusalems. And it's funny that you find a lot of giant bones in these areas. I wonder why. You find most of them in California. You just do. On the West Coast. Now on the East Coast, you find I don't even want to get into that because there is a lot of confusion here. These might be the lands of the antediluvian age of Adam and Eve going down to Noah. These might be the lands. They might just be. And these might be the lands of Abraham. I don't know. But we're going to see. So why is the Smithsonian trying to hide all these giant skeletons? Why are they trying to hide them? If the land of Israel's over there, what is the point in hiding all of these skeletons? It's the same thing. If the Romans discovered America, why are they trying to hide that? You have to think about these things. Why would you try to hide something like this? It's not a big deal. Okay, there are giants here, so what? Unless you put two and two together, then it's a problem. Smithsonian admits to destruction of thousands of giant human skeletons in the early 1900s. So they destroyed them. The U.S. Supreme Court ruling has forced the Smithsonian Institute to release classified papers dating from the early 1900s that proves the organization was involved in a major historical cover-up. Who gave them the authority to do this cover-up, and why are they doing this? Why? What is the purpose of doing this? There's been a major cover-up by Western archaeological institutes since the early 1900s to make us believe that America was first colonized by Asian peoples migrating through the Bering Strait 15,000 years ago, when in fact there are hundreds of thousands of burial mounds all over America, which the natives claim were there a long time before them. And that shows traces of a highly developed civilization, complex use of mental alloys, where giant human skeletal remains are found frequently, but still go unreported in the media and news outlets, he explained. So over there, they are itching to find giants. Over here, they're hiding giants. Isn't that funny? Look, he found a tibia like up to his shoulder. Like what the hell is that? Oh, it's a femur. They're hiding this stuff, man. We are hiding the truth about the forefathers of humanity, our ancestors, the giants who roamed the earth, as recalled in the Bible and ancient texts of the world. What do you mean our ancestors? You mean your ancestors. They're not my ancestors. I don't descend from Canaanites. I don't descend from cavemen. You mean your ancestors. Speak for yourself. The hell? Our ancestors. Ancient giant remains have been hidden by the Smithsonian. For some time now, it has been discussed whether or not there are or were giants located in different parts of the world. A big stink has been made regarding this lack of cooperation from the Smithsonian Institute. There are an apparent number of filings with actual physical evidence, all of which currently remains hidden. The logic behind this is it will literally change human history and everything we know about it. There is big money floating around regarding museum fundings, tours, merchandising, and much more. You think that's it? Do you really think that's it? It's about money. Yeah, everyone can use that, as as an excuse. But if you really think about it, you can make much more money by trying to, re-educate people constantly. But that's not what this is about. It's not necessarily about money. It's about It's about making money while keeping us dumb. Right? That's what it's about. That's all I really wanted to show you guys. I also wanted to shout out real quick the fact that we didn't kick out Ammon. We didn't kick out the Ammonites. Look, it says it right here in Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 19 through 21. And when thou comest nigh over the children of Ammon, distress them not, nor meddle with them, for I will not give thee the land of the children of Ammon any possession, because I have given it unto the children of Lot for a possession. That was also accounted a land of giants. Giants dwelt therein in old time, and the Ammonites called them Zamzumims, a people great and many and tall as the Anakims. But the Lord destroyed them before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt in their stead. So the Most High, he kept, having people swept off this land, as it says in the Book of Mormon even. And also goes to show you that the Ammonites were also here, the Moabites were here, and the Edomites were here. So we don't know who's who, right? But we also can't go over looks, because there are certain Native American tribes that have zero, Hebrew history or anything. And I'm like, I don't think you guys are Israelites. But you have tribes that look just like them, like the Hopis, and they absolutely are Israelites. If you look at their prophecy, if you look at, just everything about them, you will be like, there's no way these people aren't Israelites. So it's not about how you look. There are black-skinned Indians of the Choctaw calling themselves the Esau Indians. So there's a lot of things that we really don't know about. People are making a lot of assumptions. But that's about it. That's all I have for you guys. Ooh. And this is the end of this series. But there might be more. I don't know. Might be a part 5. Who knows, man? But for now, I don't have anything more regarding California. This is about it. So until the next one, Shalom.